Good night, everyone, and it is Tea Time Tuesday. So, as usual, the house rules are to say hello, let me know that you're there, give me reactions, comment, get engaged in the conversation that we are having, and most importantly, share this video, tag a fellow business colleague, bestie, whatever you call them, share this video. So tonight I'm going to touch on a couple things, right? As I mentioned before, right now we are doing free brand audits, free website audits, and basically it is a concept in mind. So it's not a thorough thing. It's not like the full website and brand audit that I would do, where I would know more about your business, know about your goals, know about your audience. It's just a quick thing giving you my thoughts, and there will be prompts. Anytime I'm doing this, there will be a prompt, video or post. I prefer video because it gets noticed faster. And if you want to, be in the running to get a free audit, just comment below and say, I want in, drop the link to your website or your social media page so that I can see your brand. And basically when the night comes, whether it's Tea Time Tuesday or some other night, I just kind of pull randomly from the hat. Now, the way how this goes, especially because of Tea Time Tuesday, is that we are sitting down for tea and I'm basically dishing the tea, being honest and real with you about your brand. So that's the disclaimer right there. So it's not to be offended. It's completely constructive, but I'm giving you the real deal, right? So, hey, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, but Miss Francis, I'll say Miss Francis. And hey, April, thanks for tuning in. So remember, say hi, let me know you're there, and share this video. So that's the house rules, and that's what brand audits is about. Now tonight, I'm not getting straight into it. If you want to get to see if you're getting your brand done, you're going to have to wait till the end, because I'm going to touch a bit on rebranding as usual. Ever so often, I tend to go back to the basics and talk about branding and rebranding, etc., etc. So tonight, I am going to be talking about, for those of you who aren't local, you may not be familiar with this brand, right? This is naturally flavored sparkling water beverage. Now, right now, I refilled it with regular water because I wasn't up for being literally drinking tea tonight. It's still Tea Time Tuesday. The content remains the same, but tonight I'm very dehydrated. And because this is the topic, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to refill the bottle and drink from here. So if you're not local, you're not going to be familiar with this brand, but you would know what naturally flavored sparkling water beverage is. You may have your own brands, but I wanted to touch on this. Like 2 days ago, I was drinking the VIVA water, and I was like, they really did a good thing here. I always loved VIVA as a child, and they made a very good comeback. And I was like thinking, you know what? This is a good subject for Tea Time Tuesday and the power of rebranding. They were able to make a comeback because of packaging and rebranding. So let me just take a sip. Okay, so I am not affiliated with VIVA in any way. This is not paid, nothing like that, right? I just saw it. I was drinking it and I was like, this is good. I'm going to use this because I was just observing and thinking, when I first saw this on the shelves, I was like, wait, I know it wasn't a new product, but it felt like it was something new. And that is the power of rebranding. You can breathe a new life into your brand if you found that it's gotten stale or it's an old product that you want to re-enter into the market. Like, I can't even remember if VIVA was just on the shelves and people weren't buying them, but this hasn't been mainstream for almost 10 years. If it was being sold, that just goes to show you how powerful rebranding is. It's a very popular all over again, simply because of packaging and I guess all the positioning through packaging and rebranding. I think the logo is different. I mean, I did not get to like research and see if I can find the old Viva logo or how the packaging and design was. But design is not just a label. I find often when it comes to packaging, we don't take it seriously enough. And we think packaging just means slapping a label on some bags or something, and that's your packaging. But one particular brand comes to mind whose packaging I absolutely love, and I'm going to shout out Amara Organics. If you don't know who they are, they sell soaps and natural stuff, you know, for hair, body, skin, etc. So you can look them up on Instagram, not Instagram. Yeah, you can look them up on Instagram and you can look them up on Facebook. So go check her out and give them some love. I love the packaging. So packaging goes beyond just slapping on a label. So what you notice with this bottle, and if you are familiar with the Viva brand, that the bottle was not shaped like this. So just the shape of the logo alone, not the logo, sorry, the bottle alone, that is packaging right there. That is design being thoughtfully done. Branding is not just the logo, of course. And branding is not just the packaging. It is a whole holistic thing that all comes together. So I just want to say kudos to Viva. I love the comeback that they made and how they use rebranding to, you know, get people's attention and get it out there all over again. All right, so I got a very interesting question and it's about domains. So I wanted to just address it one time here on Tea Time Tuesday. And if you're not ready to do a website just yet and you're contemplating if you should buy your domain, I will always encourage you, go secure your domain. If you registered a business and you just, you know, registered your business name or you registered your business name and you don't have your domain secured yet, please, please, please buy your domain. It's just too cheap. It's a no-brainer, in my opinion, for you to not secure your domain because you don't want that somebody with a similar business name or who doesn't even have their business registered, they buy the domain and then when you're ready to do your website, you can't get that name. And it's no more than 20 US. It's only, sometimes you can get names as cheap as $5 US. And that's for the entire year. So it's pretty much a no-brainer. Please secure your brand and secure your domain by secure your brand by securing your domain. Because if somebody has your domain, they can basically hijack you and tell you, hey, well, I want $1,000 for this domain. Let's see how important it is to you. And one tip I want to share is that domains are digital real estate. There are people who sit down and basically try to figure out what are some good names that will make a good product, or they see a product coming up and they buy the domain so that they can resell it to you later down the road. So if you are sitting on a brilliant idea, please secure your domain name because sometimes if you do a search, you will find domains for $2,000. Do you want to pay $2,000 for your domain? No. When you can get it for $5 to $20, secure your domain, please. Because you can buy food with $20, you can buy KFC with $20. Like, why? There's like KFC and McDonald's and pizza does not last you a year. Like, come on, it's a no-brainer. I'm sorry. Right? So that's my little tea tip for today. Please secure your domain. There's no reason not to. GoDaddy is a good place to get a domain. Well. GoDaddy is not very highly recommended by many people. They're just popular because they have great advertising. That's the real story. If I have to recommend a place, I would say check Namecheap or SiteGround. I also use one-on-one and I haven't had any problems. Sometimes the most popular thing isn't always the best thing. Sometimes it's just popular just because, like Wix. Wix is popular because they have great advertising and they've been in your face forever. They're kind of like Vistaprint. It's what everybody knows. But people use it, and I personally don't mind if you buy it from GoDaddy, but GoDaddy isn't the best when it comes to customer service later down the road if you're having certain issues. And I've heard a lot of horror stories, so I would say look around and shop around and explore your options. But I'm just saying that GoDaddy is not the only option. I've just noticed that GoDaddy is a popular option and it's not the only option. Yeah, it's a good business. It's a good business to just buy domains because they're cheap and then sell it back to people. Like if you know, this is why like rebrandings for corporate companies are top secret, because somebody could buy their domain and just get word that they're thinking about rebranding. Let me buy this domain and let me just tell them, hey, I'm charging you $5,000 for this domain. So yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so I touched on the rebranding and I think I'm going to go to the brand audits right now. So I'm not going to keep you all waiting much longer. So I'm going to share my screen. The first one I wanted to go with, because I think it's just an awesome example. See if I can get rid of this. Do I want this? Okay, so I am doing ambermediatt.com. So off the bat, these are my first impressions. Oh, before I continue, it's a tea session. So we're like sitting down for tea and I dish and it's 3 minutes tops. As soon as 3 minutes are up, you are dismissed and I move on to the next one. So doing a time check. Right. So off the bat, I'm seeing a camera and I'm thinking, okay, photography, right? I'm seeing many things happening in the navigation. So aesthetic wise off the bat, the site needs branding. It needs a cleaner image. It does not evoke a wedding feeling because I'm guessing that this is a home to many different things happening here. And as a bride, it's not very appealing. You know, I see a magazine here, like there isn't no clear hierarchy happening. What is the first thing I'm supposed to do here? What is the first thing? Where am I supposed to go first? Like, I'm confused. The thing with a website is that you want to control the user's experience. You want to tell them where to go subliminally. And off the bat, I'm not sure where to go. There are many places for me to click. There's no call to action. I'm just seeing Amber Media Productions, a couple different things here. These aren't clickable. I would think if it's in the banner, it should be clickable. Then I see, okay, so this is clickable, but it doesn't stand out to me. Like off the bat, my eyes just gleamed over it and I went on. What caught my eyes, this nice setup here, and then the magazine, because these are the most attractive images on the website. But it really needs better design in terms of how it's laid out. It needs to have a clear goal and path that, okay, first off, I see this welcomes me, and then I go down through a process. Because there really isn't much copy telling me anything. Click more to know more information on our services. right? So it's not inviting, it's dark, it's black, it's not feminine. Usually when it comes to the wedding, the bride on her event planner is usually the woman who are doing all the planning. So you want to appeal to the woman. You want to have something feminine that is going to want to keep your visitor here, right? First off, I really don't know where to start. And only if I reach here by recommendation, I would probably continue to dig and go through each one. But there's just too many things in the navigation. So you have your home page, and then we have the others. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's too much. I would say keep it at 7 to 8 in the main navigation as much as possible. So you have your main things to highlight. And then anything else, you would put it cleverly throughout the website. And your tea time is up. So I'm going to tag the person who wanted this brand audit. I'll have to look for the guy and tag him in the comments after this. But I don't think he's on. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. The next one I wanted to check out. Oh, I noticed this is on Wix. I'm going to touch on that before I wrap up. So you can see here, this is hosted on Wix. Kudos that you are not using the free version where there is ambermedia.wix.com. I will say that much. So good going there. Okay, right. It's Carla. Okay. So if you just tuned in, catch the replay. And yeah, I wrapped it up in 3 minutes. So I'm moving on to the other one right now. If you want to know more on how you can implement, make this site better, then send a PM message and we can discuss it more. Okay, so what I noticed about Makeup Artistry by Skylar that I chose this one to talk about as well is off the bat, it looks like a generic logo. Now, hear me out. This is the typical something that you can pull from clip art. I will ask the question, is this a vector logo? It looks like it was just clip art that was kind of doctored in Photoshop, and you put text, and that really isn't a logo. But that's fine. You can go generic if you know you're a startup and you're now starting out and this is just what you have for the time being. I know how it is. So all understandable. But my concern, okay, Peter, could you review or critique my website, please? All right, so I'm basically just going through the last set from my last audit prompts. So I'm going to do another prompt later this week, maybe next week, and start afresh. Because if you did not get your website reviewed on these sets of prompts from last week, I'm going to do another prompt. So look out for it and comment in the prompt below, I want in, and I'll be doing more brand audits. But I want to keep it fresh and keep it going. So if you missed one, and not if you missed it, if like I pulled from the hat and you didn't get selected, just keep trying again. Right, so the thing with this logo is when I look at it, this gradient with the blue, I won't advise gradients like this in logos, because if you think about it in terms of repeating it, let's say in one color, or let's say in on a shirt, if you were to do this embroidery, like how would you replicate this in different mediums? The other thing is, if I have to put this as a watermark over images, this is what's going to happen. It kind of doesn't stand out and it's disappearing when you watermark. Like, can this logo go in all white and show up on your images? So these are the things you have to keep in mind when you are getting your logo or your branding done. I am seeing it here in white, but it's not really showing up well, the font is a little too small. It could be a bit bigger, and I can tell it's a little bit pixelated. So I'm not sure if you're just using the PNG version, or it's not high res, or you don't have a vector version of this, but it needs some improvement with it. And yeah, so that is my thoughts on the logo. One more I will do, and I chose this one. Miss Francis, Stressless Escapes. Okay, great. So I'm about to do yours. Okay, so first things first, I love the video. I will say that. I do love the video. It's very inviting. It pulls me in. Now, what I would do, okay, so what I would do with this is have the text in a different color so that it's got greater contrast and it's better able to be read. And I know that's happening because as the video moves around, it disappears. So what you should have is like an overlay, maybe like a black transparent overlay, aka background between the video. You're probably not seeing what I'm doing, but between the video and the text so that it shows better as it moves along. Very light, but just enough that I can read it. So that would be one of my pointers. Okay, so the navigation, you have just enough in your main navigation. I'm not sure why the logo here seems to be in a very odd spot, one. Two, you should have your logo on a white background, aka a transparent background. So when you put it in your home navigation, right, it will show up just like how these are here without this box. Oh, thanks, Peter. I'm glad you're loving this. The font here, this gives a kind of very amateur feel. And if you're selling Stressless Escapes, which is a travel company, you don't want to give an amateur feel on your website. I can tell off the bat this is Comic Sans. I'm pretty certain this is Comic Sans. Please do not use Comic Sans on your website. That's for children. And right, so search by tags, this is absolutely not necessary to have on your website. You don't need to put tags. You can put tags maybe on your blog page. So if you have a blog, you would put your tags in the right-hand navigation on the side. So maybe people can click and see everything related to beaches, everything related to the Caribbean. But this is more of a blog feature. But the site is not too bad. The only thing is, of course, I as a designer would see many different ways to improve the design so that it has more of a professional look. But it's not too bad. I would just change around the layout and where things are placed. But it's definitely not too bad at all. Okay. And while I see that your social media is linked, I know sometimes I go on sites and they just have the icons there for style, but it's linked, so that's good. And I like that you have a chat with us box. That's very engaging. One quick tip I would put that I've recently found a widget that you can put. So instead of a chat with us box, when you hover over it, if you go on my website, brandingqueen.me, you will see how that works. People can message you directly to WhatsApp and directly to Facebook Messenger. So that makes communication a lot easier. So your tea time minute is up, so you are dismissed. If you want to talk more about the website, feel free to direct message me on the Facebook page. So that is it for brand and website audits tonight. It was truly a pleasure doing this for you all. And I will, as I said, I will do another prompt post and start over fresh. So for those who missed the one before, just comment, I want in, look out for that prompt. I was thinking to take a break on this next week, but we'll see how I feel. So just look out for the prompt. That's the most I can say. Right. Hey, Tisha. So thanks everyone for watching tonight, and I will see you guys again next week for Tea Time Tuesday. I have a special guest next week. I know everybody is burning to know, should I do WordPress? Should I do Squarespace? And we are going to lay it all out. I'm so excited. Like, we have been planning this since last year, and for some reason we just keep forgetting. But I am very passionate about this topic. So you're really going to want to tune in for Tea Time Tuesday next week. It's either going to be at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will see the prompts right here on the Facebook page. So you can just check in every now and again, or just keep an eye out or subscribe for notifications so that you know when I make the post that will prompt you to say, I want in the comments below, and drop the link to your website, or if you don't have a website, drop the link to your social media page so I will audit your brand. Right, so I will see you guys next week Tuesday at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I tend to decide like the day before. Yeah, for WordPress versus Squarespace. There's so much debate on WordPress versus Squarespace, and I can't wait to talk about it. All right, so that's it for tonight. Have a great night, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.